Everyone that hunts whitetails has had at least one experience with a giant. We all remember at least one deer that stays with us, that keeps us up at night, leaves us with memories so clear that even decades later we can still recall exactly what they look like. If I asked you right now, do you remember the biggest whitetail you've ever seen? You know you could answer me, and that your answer would be as detailed as if it had happened yesterday. This show is about that kind of deer. Welcome to Giants.
Well, we're back at Clear Fork Ranch in Texas. It's October. We were here last year, had a really good hunt. We were here in December last year. This year we're late October. It's October 19th right now. We'll start hunting tomorrow on the 20th. So y'all consider that the pre-rut, right? The rut's mid-November. So, I mean, obviously it's a little bit different approach, but you guys run cameras like you wouldn't believe, and I know you got some intel on some good deer. But anyway, we're gonna look through this iPad right here, and I guarantee you we're gonna see a buck or two that we're gonna want to get after. So I don't know. You tell me what you thinking.
So Rusty, I got a buck that's been in and out of an area, a pasture we call North Joe. He's a tall, heavy 12-point. And this right here is a shed we found last year of him, not too far from where we're gonna be set up. He was a 10 last year, and this year he's back as a 12.
Awesome. Well, that's a heck of a deer. Look how he's bladed right there.
He's a good-looking one.
Well, cool. How about pictures, man?
Yeah,
you got me. When you said 12-point, I was like, what? 12-point?
So here's a good front view of him.
Oh my God.
How massive he is with tine length.
And look at the body on him.
Huge body.
200 pounds, huh? For
He's
sure.
healthy. We've been in great conditions, and the deer are really showing it.
You can tell right there, look how heavy that deer is.
You can kind of see the bladed too. Carried it over this year.
Yeah.
So we'll be sitting in this mesquite flat. I have a pop-up set up kind of in this area. It'll be a 100, 150-yard shot, or which direction he decides to come in on.
So southerly winds, it's a little warm. But although looking at the extended forecast, tomorrow morning's got to be our best shot. It's going to be 50 degrees.
Yep.
Supposed to get up to 90 every day.
It's going to get warmer, so tomorrow will be our best shot.
You know, if the stars align, we'll get a shot at that deer. Well, we made it back to Clear Fork Ranch in Texas again this year. Last year I was here, I was able to take a really big 10-point, a tall 10-point, biggest buck of my life, and man, I just fell in love with this place. Incredible deer herd, management out of this world, big bucks everywhere, wildlife everywhere, incredible people, you know, made friends with everybody here last year, and I definitely knew I wanted to be back. So the fact that I'm back here now, man, I'm super pumped. Well, let's send a few rounds downrange, man. What you think?
Send you a couple, you go first. I'll watch for you.
All right, no problem. First hunt's tomorrow morning, and we got a little time to make sure these stires are dialed. The anticipation level was through the roof. I mean, when you know you're gonna hunt a buck like that, you know, hunt a true giant. And I knew just by looking at trail cam pictures that he would easily surpass my biggest buck that I got here last year. So morning finally came, and we took off out there. We had plenty of light. We wanted to be early. We wanted to make sure we got settled in our rhino blind and let everything get nice and quiet and settle in. There's a deer. That's a big deer right there. Oh, that's him. Big one. Big one. He's walking right at us. He just popped out right there from the right. That's him. Just walking right to us. now. Ready?
He's going down. He's down. He fell over it.
He's dead.
He's down. He's down.
Oh my gosh.
Shot it.
Yes, thank you, buddy. What a deer. Unbelievable. First morning, that's the first deer we've seen. Just getting light, and I'm glassing around over here and look up, and there's a deer just kind of walking at us. I guess he just popped out from that right in that thick line of mesquite. It's pretty thick over here. And he just must have popped out and was walking right at us. And I glass at him. I could tell big buck with my naked eye. And I don't think you could see him good at that point. And I immediately knew that had to have been him. And Christian goes, that's him, that's him. And then you were probably in shock too that we saw him so quick. And of course, got the gun up. And he's just getting closer and closer and closer. And finally, he stops and kind of turns 1/4 and 2, and I knew with that Steyr 30-06, man, top with that loophole, I could put it right on that shoulder and do it to it right there. And that's exactly what happened. Shot and bolted another round, and he didn't make it. He didn't even get 80 yards before he stumbled and toppled over. Man, thank you so much, buddy.
3 years watching that buck, man. That's a source of accomplishment right there.
Christian, he is a giant buck, man. Good gracious, at the mass. Golly. I lay this rifle down right here. What a giant buck. Look at that buck, guys. Unreal. A 12 point. I mean, a mainframe 12. He's got incredible mass, incredible time length. He's got everything. He's got a little cool little deal right here. It's a little indention. I don't know what you call that. Man, what a great deer. Clear Fork Ranch has him.
He's healthy.
A true North Texas giant whitetail buck. And that's, I mean, I don't know what else to say about it other than that. Look at the big block head on this deer. My biggest buck. An absolute giant.